Hey guys, in this video I will show you how to produce population distribution or population density maps just like this one, or like this, and this one. We will learn more than 50 operations in QGIS, which you can use to produce many other maps. And I assure you that you will be able to produce this map, this exact map, by the end of this video. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Leo, I'm from Brazil, and I have helped more than 3,000 students teaching how to produce maps in QGIS. So I really hope I can help you as well, now in English. Right here we have a map breakdown where the blue arrows show options that are set in QGIS, like label and symbology, right here. And the yellow arrows are items that are set in print layout, like map title, north arrow, grid with coordinates, scale bar, and legend. And Leo, which layers do we need to produce this map? Well, we need an ocean layer, right here, a country layer, you can see right here, a state layer, a California counties layer, and a spreadsheet with population data for each California county. All these layers are available in a Google Drive folder, and you can find the link in the description. If you want to know where you can download these files by yourself, check the README file in this folder. Well, this is how your QGIS will look like by the end of this video, and this is the print layout where you will design legend, scale bar, text, and so on. Let's start from scratch, from zero. So for that you have to click on this paper icon to create a new project. And now you have a blank project. First, let me give you a quick tour. These are panels and toolbars. If you can't find any of the toolbars or panels that you are seeing on the screen, go here on View, Panels or Toolbars, and activate them by clicking on the checkbox. Okay, for instance, I will activate the Manage Layers toolbar. That will add this toolbar right here on the left. Well, next we gotta set the CRS for this project. And how you do that? You gotta click on this button right here on the bottom right where you can read EPSG. Click here. For this project we will use QGIS 84. And how can you select it? You gotta click here in filter and you can write QGIS 84 and you can search throughout these options right here on the bottom. But you gotta see that we have many options. We got geographic coordinate systems, we have projected coordinate system related to QGIS 84. Each of them you can click here and it will show where it's most used in the world. Okay, but you can also search for its code, the EPSG code. It's a unique code for each CRS, and this one is 4326. Just type this, then click on this, then hit apply. Also, you can click here in general and you can change for this specific project which units do you prefer for distance and area measurements. Right here it's set for meters, but you can change to feet, miles, or anything you prefer. For now I won't change any of these options, then I will hit OK. Now I will show you right here in settings. You can hit options, and right here in general you can also change a few options in QGIS, like language. Right here it's set to American English, but you can change it to any other language you want. Okay, after you select it you have to restart your QGIS. Okay, just close and open again. And right here we have a simple data. The format right here is for month, day, and year, and the comma right here it's the 1000 separator, and you can change it in this second option right here for numbers, dates, and currency formats. Okay, for example, for Portuguese Brazil, it's in my case, it will be like this, but I won't make this change, so I'll hit cancel and open again. Settings, options. The next option I want to show you is CRS, and I recommend you to set a default CRS for all the projects you create. For that, you gotta select this second option, use a default CRS, and you can change to any CRS available in QGIS. Next, you gotta map tools, and you can change distance, area, and angle units for all QGIS projects. Okay, well, we have a lot of other options right here, but they are not important right now. You can just start using QGIS as it is. Then just hit OK. Right now we're gonna add layers to the project. And how can you do that? We have a few options, but the first option I think is the easiest one, and I'll show you right now. You gotta just open the folder where you have the files. As I said, these files are available in a link in the description in a Google Drive folder. You just have to download it. Then you have to extract these files that are inside a zip file. All you have to do is right click on this file and hit extract here. Now you will see some files with the same name, just changing the extension .shp, .shx, and that's how shapefile works. It is necessary for all of these files be available in the same folder with the same name in order to this layer works in QGIS. Okay, next all you have to do is select the .shp file, click and hold and drag to the QGIS window. Just release and the layer will be added to your project. Let's do it with the ocean layer. Right click, extract. Now just let me rename any of these files, like this one. And let me try to add this layer to the QGIS. You will get this error right here with invalid data source. That's because QGIS can't find this file right here. And if I rename again for the previous name, when I try to add again this SHP, it will work perfectly. Another way to add layers to QGIS is through this option right here. You can click in any of these options actually, and it will open the data source manager, and you hit the vector, since these are vector layers, and you hit these three dots right here. Navigate to the folder, then we'll add the countries layer. Let's extract, then we gotta select the SHP file, hit open, then add. Okay, you can close it. The other way to add layers is through layer menu, add layer, not create layer, hit add layer, and you can hit any of these options. Right now we're gonna add a raster layer. Click add raster layer, make sure the raster tab is selected, then the same process, we're going to add this raster right here, NA2, extract. And for raster, we gotta select the TIFF file, TIF. Just select this one. It's the biggest file. It has more than 300 megabytes. Add, and you will see this layer right here. Now that we have a few layers added to our project, let me show these options right here. The first is the pen map, where you can move your map. You can also use the zoom in and zoom out. And if you are using a mouse like me, you can use the middle button to zoom in and zoom out. Okay? But Leo, right now I can see only one layer. I can't find the other layers. Actually, they are here, but they are over another. This layer right here, the raster layer, is over the other layers. And how can we change that? We can first disable this layer, clicking here, and you can see all the layers below, or you can move it down. You can just click and drag and change the order. Also, you can right click one of these layers, like the counties, right click, and you can rename it, rename layer, California counties. And also you can right click and zoom to layers. It will automatically zoom to the layer. If you can't see it, it's because it's under another layer. Let's drag it to the top. Okay. And right now we have the first sketch of our project. I know the colors ain't right, but just wait for it, okay? Just a quick extra for you. I will show you how to add plugins to QGIS. You gotta hit plugins right here on the top. Then you can click manage and install plugins. The first thing you gotta do is hit installed, and you gotta make sure that the processing plugin is activated with this checkbox right here, okay? This is a very important plugin that will provide many geoprocessing tools in the vector tab right here, okay? Make sure it's selected. Next, we gotta hit all, and you can search for all QGIS plugins available online. If you can't find anything in this tab, just make sure you hit settings and this repository is connected, okay? If it's not, just hit reload right here, okay? In all, let's search for a plugin that I recommend you to have. It's HCMGIS. You can select right here and you will see a description about this plugin. And to install it, all you have to do is hit install plugin and wait for the process to complete. It's done. You can click close right now and you can see a new tab right here on the top. It's available with HCMGIS. Just click here and you have, for instance, many base maps that you can use in QGIS, like Google Maps or Google Satellite. And you can see these layers are added to the layers panel. And as I said, you can change the order just to see these layers on top of the others, okay? But right now I will select these two layers. I'm pressing Ctrl in my keyboard, then right click, remove layer, or click right here on this option right here, okay? Next we have this spreadsheet right here named CSV data. Let's open it with Excel, and we're going to make a few adjustments in this spreadsheet to open in QGIS. The first thing we gotta do, click A right here, then click on data and text to columns. Next, and select comma. You will see the data preview. It will be just like this. Next, and finish. Okay, now just make sure that your office is working with the same separator as QGIS. You can check that going in File, Options, Advanced, and check right here the system separators. I set right here for the decimal separator to be a dot and the thousand separator to be a comma, just like in QGIS, okay? Now click File, Save As, Browse, and Save As type. You gotta select right here this option, CSV, delimited, okay? Not this UTF. CSV data 1, save, okay. Now you can close it. Let's go to QGIS. Then you can click this comma icon right here, or layer, add delimited text layer. In this window, you gotta click this button right here and select this layer that we just saved. Open, and let me resize this window. Well, we have a lot of options right here. The first option, the file format, make sure you click regular expression, and in this field you put semicolon, okay? It's a semicolon right here. If I change it for a comma, you will see the sample data will be all messed up. So just make sure that a semicolon is set right here. Right here in record and field options, just make sure that the first record has field names. Yes, it's this line right here. You can also detect field types, so QGIS will detect that this column right here is number and this one is text. Deactivate decimal separator is comma. In this case it is not, but if you are working with comma as decimal separator, make sure it is selected. Right here in geometry definition, we'll select no geometry, okay, since it's attribute table only. If we have a column for latitude and longitude or X and Y, we'll select point coordinates. And right here, you're gonna select the X field and the Y field, and QGIS will import this spreadsheet as a point layer, okay? But right now, we just want a table. Now, we just click Add right here, and you can close this window. Well, there's just another one layer that I forgot to add. It's the capitals. Just let's go here and add as well. It's the populated places. Let's extract and drag and drop the S8P file. Okay, let me show you right now the attribute table in QGIS. Just right click, then hit open attribute table. You will see right here a table like this with columns and lines. Each of these lines is a feature in this layer. In this case, a point, a specific point. If I click in this first one right here, it will select this point in the map. And you can also click right here in this option, zoom map to the selected rows. And this is the point, okay? You can do that for any of these points right here, okay? Then you have columns with many information about each of these points. Like this. This is the name of this populated place. It's in Uruguay, Colonia del Sacramento, latitude and longitude. Right now I will show you how to quickly make a filter in QGIS. That's because I don't want all of these points in my map. It's ugly. And for that I will just right click, properties, then I'll hit the source tab right here. Click on Query Builder. In this option, we will write an expression that will filter. And how we can do that? Let's start for this option right here, Feature Class. And you can click here in All. And to write this filter, I will just double click Feature Class, then hit equals, this option right here, this operator. And I will add admin 0 capital. Okay? If I click OK and OK again, it will show only the capitals of all countries. But Leo, that's not what I want. I also want to show the state capitals. Well, okay, all you have to do is double click as well. It will open the properties, hit Query Builder again, and click OR in the operator OR. Then you will click again, Feature Class, All, make sure Use Unfiltered Layer is selected, okay? Then equals and admin 1 capital. It's for the capitals of all states. Double click, then we're gonna have this final expression right here. Well, it is saying QGIS just show me the features that have admin 0 capital or admin 1 capital in this column. Okay, then okay. And you can see all the state capitals are showing right now. Leo, I want to work only in United States. Okay, you can do that with the Query Builder as well. You just gotta find in the attribute table the column that has the name of the country. But I will show you how to perform this operation with a geoprocessing tool available in Vector menu. Okay, first we gotta select our country in the countries layer and select this option right here, select by click. Then you gotta click right here on your country, then vector, geoprocessing, and select intersection. In this window you gotta select the input layer. It's the point layers with the populated places, and the overlay layer, it's countries layer, and you gotta hit selected features only. What this operation will do is create a new layer with the points that intersects this selected feature. Okay, you can select a folder to save this file or create a temporary layer. I will create a temporary layer, so I'll just click run. Okay, process complete. You can close right here. We have a new layer called intersection. I can drag and drop to the top, and you can see right here we have only the points in United States. I can also deactivate this layer. This layer has this icon right here because it's a temporary scratch layer, like I said, and you can make it permanent. Just right click, export, save feature as. Then you're gonna select the format. I will save as shapefile. In file name, just don't write the name here like US points. It won't work. You have to select the folder in this button right here. I will save right here as US points. Save and OK. Now we have this new layer named US points, and you can right now remove the intersection layer. OK. To remove the selection for the United States, just hit this option right here, deselect features. Okay, and we need one more layer. It's the states layer. Also, it's available in the drive. Just extract, drag and drop to QGIS. Just change the order. And right now we have everything we need to make our map. First, let's change the symbology. This is not looking good. And for that, all you have to do is click on this option right here or hit F7 in your keyboard. And let's start for the ocean layer right here. And you can change the color right here. Clicking and change it freely. Or you can return right here. Make sure this option it's all symbols. Then you can select any of these predefined symbols that you can find right here, like topo water. Okay, looks good for me. Okay, and for countries, let's deactivate these layers that are over it. And in my map, I set it to this color right here. And Leo, how can I copy this exact color? Okay, you can do that as well. All you have to do is click in color and in this color picker right here. And all you have to do is to put these two windows side by side. Okay, side by side on your screen. Then click sample color and click right here. Perfect. Okay. And for the states, we can do the same. Color picker, sample color, and this color right here. Okay, let's return to the original size. The capitals, the points symbology is slightly different, but it's very easy as well. You have to click all symbols right here, and you can select any of these options that you prefer. I will select this triangle right here, and you can make changes to this triangle, like size. You can increase right here, and clicking on simple marker, you can also increase the stroke. Also, you can change the form, like this triangle, a star, well, any shape you prefer. I will return to the triangle. Now we have just one more layer. It's the California counties, the most important one. So let's move it to the top. And you can see in the map that each category has a specific color. And how you do that, you gotta change it right here from single to graduated. We have many other options, but I will work with graduated right now in this class. Right here in value, you gotta select a column that has information about population for each of these countings. But we don't have that yet. Actually, this layer only have the name of each of these counties. And for that, we're gonna join a column that is available in the table we added before, the CSV data 1, with this layer. And how are we going to add the population data to this layer? Well, let me show you right now. Let's open the attribute table for this layer and for the table we added before. Okay. All we have to do is to find a column that has the same values in these two layers. This column will be the county name and city name right here, okay? But for that, the data has to be the exact one on the other layer. And right here, we have a small problem. We have right here county in the end of each of these rows, and right here we don't. And to solve this, all we have to do is activate the editing mode right here in this layer that don't have county in the end. You can also close right here. Then you gotta hit this option right here, open field calculator. This window will create a new column on this layer, and it will be a text column right here. Hit text. Let's give it a name, county, and we will write an expression right here. With this field, click fields. Then you can double click this one right here. It's the column with the name. Click this option right here. It's a string concatenation. Single quote. Hit space and write county. Then close with single quote. Right here, you can see the preview. Alameda County. It's the exact same data that is available in the other layer. So you can check right here the other rows. It looks good. It's exactly what I want. But before you click OK, you have to increase this field length right here. Let's increase to, I don't know, 50, just to make sure that the text won't be cut in the middle. Okay? Okay. And you can see this new column right here with this text by the end, county by the end. Just hit again the editing mode. It will ask to save these changes to the layer. Save. And before we continue, I will show you how to save your project in case your QGIS freezes or you have to continue your project. For that, you go to Project, Save, and you're gonna save the QGIS file. Is the file that opens the project as it is right now, okay? Project, and click Save. You can see the name of the project right here on the top. Now, let's open the properties of the counties layer right here. Then we go to Joins. Then we click the plus button right here. In the first option, we select the layer that has the column that we want. In this case, it's CSV data 1. It's the table that has population data. Now we select the fields, the column that has the name of each county, and in target field we select that column that we have just created. The name is county. Okay, we click on this checkbox, join fields, and we select the population column, growth rate, and population density. Then let's click OK. OK, and now when we right click and open attribute table, right in the end, we're gonna see that information. Now let's click right here on the name, and you will see that we have 3 rows for Los Angeles County. And why do we have that? Let's select these 3 features. Well, we can't see them right now because I didn't finish the graduated configuration. Let's return to single, and then we can see it right here. It's because of these islands, okay? Well, we can create just one feature for these 3 features, okay? We can join them inside one feature. For that, we click on Vector, Geoprocessing, and Dissolve. The Dissolve, we select this layer, and we're gonna dissolve a specific field. Let's select it right here. It's the county with the name. What this will do, let's hit OK. It will search in this column right here and create just one feature based on the data, okay? So all of these 3 features will be joined into one, and this 5 Ventura County will be joined into one, and so on, okay? So let's close, then we're gonna click run. Okay, now we have only one Los Angeles feature, okay? You can check that on the attribute table. So let's save it, let's make it permanent. Save feature as, I'll name it counties with population data. Save. Okay, perfect. We can deactivate these other 2 layers. Now we're going to select graduated, and now in value we can select population data. Is this option right here? Then we click on classify, okay, and we can change the mode. Right here we have equal count, so we have the same number of features in each class. Equal interval, log scale, natural breaks, pretty breaks. Well, let's keep in equal count. We can change the number of classes. 5 classes, 6 classes. In the original map we have 6 classes. Okay, so let's keep 6 as well. And we can change the color ramp. You can click right here and you can try any of these options. I prefer this option right here on the bottom. It's yellow, orange, red. Okay, and if you want you can change the values of the classes. Let's put side by side, and we can double click here in values. We're gonna change to 0 to 50,000 to 100,000, 200, 500, 1 million, and 10 millions. Okay, these are the new classes right here. Now our map is basically the same from the original map, but let's keep going. Right now we're gonna work with labels, and for that we're gonna select the US points layer, click on this option right here, A, B, C, and change for no labels to single labels. Okay, in value we're gonna select the column that has the data that we want to show on the map. Right here we can change the font style for bold, italic. Well, it's up to you. I'm gonna select bold. You can increase the size right here. Right here in buffer you can draw a text buffer. It makes it easier to read. You can change the color and the size of this buffer as well. And you have a few other options like placement, where you can select where this label will be placed. We can change from cartographic to around points or offset from points. You can select where it will be placed right here and select the last step. We are going to style this raster layer right here. Let's move it to the top, and right here we can reduce the transparency of this layer, so it will add a very beautiful effect on the map, around 20 and 30%. It's a number that I like on the transparency, but again it's up to you to decide that. Well, right now this map is almost the same of this one. The only difference is the countries layer. You can see right here that only the US states are showing on the map. So we select the states layer, open the attribute table, and we are going to use the admin column to filter the states for the United States. So let's close it again, double click, source, query builder. Let's search for that column. It's admin equals, let's hit all right here, United States of America. Double click. OK. OK again. Now we're seeing only the states of the US. Now I'll show you how to work with themes. Click in this eye right here and click in Add Theme. Let's call it our map. OK. And now you can deactivate all of these layers. OK. When you click on this eye and click our map, it will return to the exact configuration you had right here. Now let's work the print layout. For that, click Project, New Print Layout, or Ctrl P in your keyboard. Click OK, and now we have this new window where you are going to set all of these items you are seeing in this PDF. If any of these toolbars or panels are hidden in your print layout, just click here on View and make sure all of these options are selected as well in toolbars and in panels. Okay. Also, we can right click on the white paper, click Page Properties, then you can select the size of this map. For instance, I'll select A3. Also, I can make a perfect square like this, just changing the width and the height of this page. Let's return to A3. Now let's add our main map on the print layout. For that, click in Add Map right here, or Add Item and Add Map. You just draw it right here, and if you select the shift of your keyboard, it will create a perfect square. Now let's move our map to look like this. Click here on Move Item Content. You can use the middle button of your mouse or change the scale right here. Let's say 5 million. Don't forget the comma, then hit Enter. We can decrease this a little bit. Let's say 4 million or 3. Yeah, it's looking good. Let's move a little bit. Okay. Let's return to 3 million. Okay. Well, I want to increase a little bit this label right here and insert in the label of states for California and Nevada. Well, let's go back to the QGIS project. We select the US points, labels, click ABC and increase the size to, I don't know, 60. Then we select the states layer, change from no labels to single labels, and let's check in the attribute table which column has this information. It's postal. So let's close. In value, let's write right here postal. Perfect. Let's also increase it to 20. Let's activate buffer, increase a little bit. Then let's go back to the print layout. Then we can click this update preview right here. We can increase a little bit more the labels for the states. So let's say 30. Perfect. This is looking exactly as we want. We are going to activate lock layers and lock style for layers. What this option will do is when we go back to our project, we deactivate this layer or this one. When we go back here, then we click update, it won't change. Okay, so let's keep going. You can scroll down a little bit. Then you want to activate grids. Open grids, click the plus button, select grid 1 and click modify grid. This option will create this grid right here with coordinates. So in the X and Y intervals, we're going to set the interval in degrees, since our CRS works with degrees. So if I put 1 and 1, it will look like this. Now you have to try the best value for your area. Sometimes if you put a number too high, it won't even show right here. Let's say 100. You will think this function is not working, but it is. It's just the lines are not showing inside this area. So let's say 5. Yeah, 5 is looking good for me. So let's style these lines. We can change from solid to cross or markers. I will select solid, and in line style, I'll click right here. I can reduce the opacity. We can also click here on simple line and change the stroke style to dashed line. Okay, let's go back. Then in frame style, I'll select zebra. You can try any of the other options available. It's up to you. You can change the size. Then I will select draw coordinates. It will add these coordinates right here, and I'll select the format. I want decimal with suffix, and I want only on the top and on the right. So left, let's select disable, and bottom, disable. In right, I want to change from horizontal to vertical ascending. Okay. Also, we can increase the size of the font. Just click here. Perfect. 15. Let's go back. Then we can decrease this coordinate precision, since these 3 zeros right here are not necessary after the dots. Perfect. Let's go back. Then make sure this option is selected. Select move item. Then I will just move this item using the arrow in the keyboard. It's easier to do that. Okay, now let's add this north arrow right here. I'll select this option, add north arrow. Click right here. Okay, then I can decrease it. You can select any of these options that are available in QGIS. You can select these SVG images, like here in arrows. You can change for any of these options, or you can select a raster image like a PNG. Let's select, for instance, this image right here. It's also available in the Google Drive folder. Let's hit open. Okay, perfect. All you have to do is resize it as you want. Okay, now let's add this little map right here. So let's add another map. Add map. Hold the shift key. Perfect. Now let's click right here. We can move with the arrows of your keyboard. Let's scroll down right here in item properties and activate the frame. Okay. Now let's decrease the labels for the states. It's not looking so good. Let's see, 9 points. Okay, it's looking good. Now we can activate this option right here. It's overviews. Activating overviews, clicking in the plus button, we're going to activate this effect right here, this square that is highlighting where in this map this bigger area is located. So I will activate draw overview 1 overview and select the map frame. This is related to map 1. As you can see, it's activated right here. You can center on overview. It's centered right now, but you can move as well. I'll change the scale. I think 40 million will look better. Yeah, it's looking good right now. Okay, so all of these right side of our map it's done actually. So now we have to finish these items right here on the left. Let's start by the title. First, let me copy right here. Then I'll add label and I draw it right here on the top. And in item properties, I will paste the title. We can change the alignment, also increase the font. 22, let's select another font. I don't know, Montserrat. Okay. Then we can activate a frame as well. Let's say 0.5 for thickness. Then we can zoom in and align this right here on the top. Now we will add these two images right here, and for that we are going to select this option, add picture. Let's draw it right here. Select raster image. Then you can select this flag of California. Click open and you can resize it and move it as you wish. Let's put it right here. And for the QR code, I've searched online, I found this website. It's very easy for you to find a QR code generator website. And you're gonna select URL. You can create a folder in your Google Drive, for example. Then you can generate link. When your map is ready, you can put inside this folder. Let's copy link, paste it right here. Then you have this QR code. You can download it. QR code as PNG. Okay, now you can add another image right here, raster image, then select this QR code. Perfect. Now we can add a shape, a rectangle actually, just to make it look good. We're going to drag below these two pictures. We can change the style. Let's select the same width for 0.5. Then we can zoom in and align right here. Perfect. Next, we have the legend and the scale bar. Okay, the legend is this item right here. Add legend. I'll add right here. First, let's give it a title, legend. Deactivate this option, resize to fit contents, and deactivate auto update. Let's activate frame, select the thickness for 0.5. Let's resize it. Okay, resize it a little bit more. Now we can remove a few items from our legend that are not showing on this map, like populated places, dissolved, California counties, CSV data 1. Also, you can remove this raster layer right here. Then we can reorder, moving the US points down here. Double click to rename it. Let's say population. Let's rename to state capitals. US states, countries, and ocean. Perfect. Right here in fonts, we can increase this font. Just place the mouse over it, then move your middle button of your mouse. Okay, I will make it to the center, increase a little bit more. Subgroups as well, I will change to bold, also the title to bold. Then we can go here in spacing, increase the spacings between each item right here. I recommend you to explore these item properties freely. Okay, that's looking good for me. Let's finish it. Now we are going to add this scale bar right here. Just draw it right here. you have to select to which map it refers. This is map 1, it's the bigger one, and you can change the style to double box, lines, or any other option. I will select double box. You can change the units and you can change the number of segments to the left and to the right. To the right, I'll leave in 3, and to the left, I'll select 2. The interval right here, it's 100. If you want to change that, just change right here from 100 to 50 or 200, I don't know, but I will keep it to 100. This left segment, you can see if I select 2, it will divide a segment of 100 units in 2. If I select 4, it will divide this segment in 4 smaller units, like each of these is 25 kilometers. Okay, you can place it right here. Then you can create another text layer and you can copy this scale right here. Okay, Ctrl C. Let's paste it right here. Scale. Let's center, give it a margin on the vertical, and increase this a little bit. Okay. Now we can activate frame as well and select the thickness for 0.5. Now, before we add this map info right here, we're going to add the specific ocean text. It's easy. You just have to add a new label, Pacific Ocean. You can change the color. Let's simple color like this one and make it a little bit darker. Okay. Then you have to select rotation and move it as you wish. Let's say 35 is looking good for me, so let's place it where we want. Okay, perfect. Now let's add the final text item. We can actually copy this one. Just click copy item, then press Ctrl V in your keyboard. Okay, so let's place it right here. And let's copy this information. It's indicating which coordinate system are we using. We are using a geographic coordinate system, WGS 84, and the EPSG is 4326. The data sources for these layers were Natural Earth Data and California State GeoPortal. Then we have the date and the producer, which is me. So let's press Ctrl V. Let's align in the middle, the center, and increase this a little bit. Perfect, our map is done. But before we finish it, I want to invite you to check out our QGIS Complete course from zero to advanced operations. If you liked this class, you will love our course. Just check the link in the description, and I'm looking forward to have you as a student in my course. Okay, so let's click here in layout, let's port as image, then click save. Right here you can select the export resolution, 300 dpi. It's good, it's a very nice resolution, but if the final file is too big, you can reduce it to, I don't know, 200 and click save. Okay, it's done. Then we have our map right here. Let's open. Perfect. So, did you enjoy this video? I helped you a little bit in learning how to use QGIS. Please comment right here on the comment sections. Okay? See you soon. Bye bye.